Yo guys, what's up? It's WarSpirit. Welcome to a third part in some Evolve myth busting. I have got some more interesting facts for you all. The first one here is, can Hank's Orbital Strike cover Daisy while she is reviving a downed teammate? We had never actually seen Daisy get knocked away by an Orbital Strike, so we're wondering exactly how does Daisy react to an Orbital Strike landing on her head. Unfortunately, she predicts the orbital coming in and runs away from that impending orbital, so she doesn't actually continue the revive animation. She will go back once the orbital finishes, but there is no OP Daisy orbital revive combo. Next up, can a sneaking monster avoid Maggie's Harpoons? Yes, it can. Maggie's Harpoons are completely useless while the monster is sneaking. Obviously, as soon as the monster does some sort of sneak attack or crazy leap or starts flying or does anything else that isn't sneaking, the Harpoons will immediately lock onto the monster. But if you sniff out a Harpoon, you can just sneak right past it without alerting the hunters to your location. This next myth was unfortunately a myth that I was the creator of. I tried to tag an invisible Wraith as Abe right after it decoyed and actually thought it worked because two red tracker darts appeared on my screen. Actually, it wasn't tracking the real Wraith and both trackers were following the decoy's movement, as you can see in this clip here. It would have been a really cool counter to Wraith's decoy and actually is something I would like to see added to the game. Got a big myth coming up here. People love the fact that Markov's mines block the rock throw of a Goliath, but do the mines block any abilities from the Kraken? We tried them all out here. You can see here, first, Banshee mines do not trigger the mines. They go straight through the mine trigger radius and will still damage you when they explode on the mine. Lightning Strike also destroys the mine and damages you. Aftershock will destroy the mine after the next patch and it still damages you. And Vortex damages you and destroys the mine as well. So no blocking Kraken abilities with Markov's mines, guys. It doesn't work. The next myth here is that Hank's Orbital Strike can block a Wraith abduction. So what that means is when the Wraith uses an abduction and there is an Orbital Strike blocking its path, technically the Wraith should get stopped dead in its tracks and take massive damage from the Orbital Strike. Unfortunately, it doesn't. It passes straight through the Orbital Strike, takes a little bit of damage from it, maybe one or two missiles at most, but it definitely doesn't block the Wraith's abduction at all. You're probably better off saving your Hank's Orbital for a more clutch moment inside a dome. Can Parnell suicide with his Super Soldier ability? Isn't that a good question? Parnell's Super Soldier ability allows him to fire faster and move faster at a cost of some of his health. He is still able to use it at low health and he will not die from it. He gets to use it for free instead, so that is busted. One thing I was pretty interested in testing out myself was that, does the movement speed perk for the monster affect the movement speed of Kraken's Aftershock ability? Got the two clips here, but it's really hard to tell if there's any difference at all. It looks like the Kraken on the right is approaching the tree faster, so I'm going to confirm it, but it would still be good to hear some official confirmation from the devs. It seems really cool for a little Aftershock movement speed combo build with the Kraken, so I kind of hope it's there, Really going through a lot of myths today, guys. The next one is, can you revive yourself while having the health regen perk and buff? Simply put, it doesn't work. You still die even with all this health regen coming in. Even with Hank shielding me to prevent any health loss, I'm still not gaining health, so I can't self-revive. Griffin can reel the monster in with his harpoon gun. Can he? It was a little unclear what people meant by this, so we got in a game to test it out. Griffin walking backwards on a stationary monster seems to have no effect other than extending his harpoon cable length. But when the monster is airborne like the Kraken is now, by walking backwards with Griffin you can actually pull the monster towards you, and that is crazy. You should also remember that by jetpacking with Griffin it cancels the effect of the harpoon gun, so the best way to use Griffin is to plant your feet firmly on the ground and just constantly walk backwards to reel monsters in. On to the final myth for this myth busting episode, guys. Thanks very much for watching so far. It is another harpoon myth, lots of harpoon myths today, and that is, can harpoons prevent feeding as the monster? So anytime there is a harpoon locked onto you when you're the monster player, you are unable to eat. I am trying really hard to eat this giant sloth here right now, guys, but unfortunately I couldn't while that harpoon was attached to me. It works with Griffin harpoons and it works with Maggie harpoons. You have to break the harpoon before you can continue eating whatever you were eating before. Thanks very much for watching this Evolve video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned some more things about Evolve again, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye bye.